With all the knowledge that you have thus far, it will be very easy now to understand the Unreal Engine workflow. So we talked about a folder that holds all your content. If we go to the content drawer, you will find it here. The content drawer is our main tool to access those files, to handle them, and to use them in our level. To add more files here, you can import them by clicking here, by dragging and dropping. If, for example, I had a file, I don't know, you can drag and drop here, maybe a mesh, maybe a texture. You will get an import window, and you will find that something like this, which is an asset, will be created. This Unreal asset can only be read by the Unreal editor. This means that if I try to search for this asset in my computer, which should be here, show in Explorer, I will find just assets that says point u asset. This means that whatever thing that I'm importing inside Unreal will be only read by Unreal. And this is done because there are a lot of assets that you can edit inside Unreal. For example, textures. Here, if I go to the texture folder, and you don't need to follow this part, it's just more for you to understand how things work. This texture, even though it's just an image, I have more settings here that I can modify in order for this asset to be used in a better and in a more optimized way inside Unreal Engine. So that's why this is a U asset, and everything that is here is a U asset. Now let's talk about levels. And this will be a little different than any type of U asset, because these levels will be, if I search for them in the Explorer, will be .umap. So our project will consist on levels, .umap, and assets, .u assets. Right? So those .u assets are the things that I'm gonna put inside my level, usually, and my levels are the things that will hold these other assets. Now, this content drawer, as you can see, you can tell probably that I know where are things in this project, in this template project, but you can use the filters. For example, here, if I click here, I can say, I only want levels. Okay, you will only get levels in the folder that you are currently selecting. If you just click on content, then you will find all the levels that your project currently has. And we can disable the filter. We can add a lot of filters here, blueprints, textures, materials, even custom filters. We can see all the filters of all the type of assets that exist in Unreal, which are a lot. And we can also reset the filters, just so we don't need to worry too much about it. Right, so let's go to the folder variant shooter and let's open this arena shooter. As we said before, this level is going to hold the assets. Any asset that I can drop on my level, like this mesh, is called an actor. Anything that I can click here is an actor. If I want to know where in my content drawer is that actor, I can right click and browse to asset. And in the future, I will probably just use the shortcut Control B. That gives me the location inside my content drawer. And this means that now I can, well, I want more of this asset, I can just drag and drop it to the level. This actor, now that it's in the level, has a gizmo here that I can use to manipulate the translation. I can click on top to manipulate the rotation, and here the scale. You will find that by following this course, I will be using, instead of just going here and clicking, this is W, this is E, and this is R. Those are the shortcuts that I will be using a lot in order for me not to go here and click and then manipulate this actor. So the workflow is like that. You have levels inside of them. Well, you can have sub levels, which I won't get too much into because I don't want to complicate this video. Inside sub levels or inside just levels, you can put actors, and those actors will actually make your level. Everything here is an actor. Now, what makes an actor? Well, an actor is just a collection of components. How can I see the actor components? Well, just click on any actor. Just go to the right side. And here you find two things, two very important things. One is the outliner, which outlines every actor that exists inside the level. You can select it here, or you can select it on the level, on the viewport level, and you can see it on the outline selected. That's one. The other important panel is the details panel. Here it will list all the components, and then it will list all the properties that this selected actor has. And if you select a component, you will be able to see all the properties that that component have. So in this case, I'm selecting an actor. This actor has an static mesh component. So this is the static mesh component. I'm just setting up which 3D model I want to use, which mesh, and then it will show here. And I can change the type of mesh if I want, and this again will change. Now it's very important to know that this actor, again, is a group of component. The actor is just a little box that holds component. So I can add more components. Maybe I want a light. And now I have a light component here. Again, if I'm clicking on the component, I'm moving just the component. If I'm clicking on the actor itself, then I'm moving all the components inside the actor. Just like that. So, I mean, we can see here, this is a blueprint. This blueprint has a default scene root component, a mesh component. Even though it's called a cylinder, I know it's a mesh component if I just see here the properties. And if you enter the blueprint, you will see what kind of component. Oh, if I just put my mouse there, it will say, hey, this is a component called cylinder. This is a static mesh component. I have a sphere collision. I have a Niagara particle system, which is the VFX that you have here. And I have a light, and I have a lot of things that I can put inside this actor. So what I want you to understand is the workflow. You will create levels. Inside your levels, you will put actors in order to define the different behaviors and the different looks that your actors can have. You will use components to make them unique. And it's a very modular type of workflow because you can create components and then reuse them as you see fit. Just as a last thing that I wanted to mention is regarding what you can see here, instance. So in this video, we have seen a lot of terminology like levels, assets, actors, components. I mean, again, this is a level, this is an asset, this is an actor because it's inside the level, and the actor has components, right? So this asset can be either an asset or an asset that you import from another type of software, or it can be an asset that I create inside of it, like blueprints, like maybe some sounds. So whenever I have an asset here, for example, this mesh, you can see that this is the same mesh, but they have different colors, right? So it doesn't matter that this static mesh, if I double click, I can open it. It doesn't matter that it's starting as a white block, right? Because I can edit the properties inside the level. Now, this is only possible because whenever I'm dragging and dropping an asset to my level, this becomes an instance of this. And it being an instance, it means that it has all the properties that the asset had, but they can be edited to whatever I see fit. For example, changing the color. So we can have multiple assets multiple instances of the same asset in my level, and those instances can have different values. So that's also a very important concept to grasp. Instances is just the same actor, but with different properties. And I mean, here you can see that they almost have the same properties. The only thing that is changing is the location. So they are still different, right? So yeah, I wanted you to have this clear how things are created in Unreal. You will start putting things in the level, and it's a good idea to know the names of things. These are actors. Inside the actors are components, and we put actors inside levels. The actors that I can find here is will create instances that I can later on modify and tweak to my liking.